Like, what's the role of a band? You know?
I think
New.
non sequitur. Transition. So I was at this concert in LA 2 years ago. And is that like is some like no name band, just some local band I'd never heard of.
I thought it was Hole.
No.
Why did I think that?
Is that the who's
Courtney Love's band.
I did see Courtney Love. I saw Hole when I was there, but this is not. I was at like it was some like just public like it was at this like outdoor thing. It's free to come and go, and I went there with my friend Molly and some of her friends.
Did you pop a Molly?
I did not pop a Molly.
Were you sweating?
I was sweating because it was outside.
The American poet once said, "Pop a Molly, I was sweating."
Anyways, I was at this concert and I can't even remember what the name of the band was or what they sound like anymore, but at one point, the crowd was also really rough. Like, the crowd was, like, violent. Yeah. There was, like, a mosh pit going on. People were, like, shoving. I did not like it. And at one point, Molly and her friend had this brilliant idea, like, hey, you should crowd surf. And I'm like, no, I don't want to crowd surf. And then they grabbed my legs and hoisted me up. And they were like, oh, my God.
How do they even do that? Are they just, like, super strong? They're just, like,
I'm light. Like, I'm not a big person. And, like, there was two of them. So
they got
one of them was a guy. So, like, they were both like, and she's fit. Yeah. So, like, it was not hard for them to lift me up.
She fit.
She's fit.
So, like,
that means hot. That means hot
in England.
In England.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Good way of, like, putting it, right? She's fit.
She's fit.
It's like sounds nicer than saying she's hot.
She's fit.
But then how do you describe
it? Sounds kind of douchey too. Because like think about it as like not fit as in fitness, but like she's fit, like she qualifies.
Actually.
Yeah.
Maybe I don't like it as much.
I just like and how do you say like she's physically fit?
Physically fit. Physically fit.
Anyways, they fucking hoist me up by my legs and just throw me on top of this really rowdy crowd, and I make it maybe 5 feet. Like, I think the crowd's also pushing me forward, which is weird for crowd surfing. You should be going backwards when you're crowd surfing, so that people can fucking see you when you come.
Yeah.
And I make it 5 feet, and I just get dropped flat on my back. It is to this day one of the top 3 most painful experiences of my entire life.
Oh my God.
I'm at like I was probably like average height person, 5 something. And I was being held up. So I was at least 6 feet in the air. And I just got dropped.
You know what?
Oh my God.
At Chicago, we crowd surfed a bride and groom out of the church that they got married in.
What?
It was these two. It was
That's awesome.
I can't.
That's
believe
amazing.
I can't believe.
But what?
I have a video. Like I have to show you guys at some point. But it was like we have this giant scavenger hunt thing, and so for scav, like one of the items on the list was these 2 alum that, like I guess they met and they were both into scav when they were at Chicago, and so they wanted to get married at like our big chapel as like their as their wedding, and so we made it a scavenger list item to attend the wedding. So the whole thing was like, was like a giant, like it was so bizarre and it was so weird. And then at the end, they crowd surfed out, and so we like carried them, but there weren't enough of us. So then we had to like run around the pews and like carry them out again. Like it was.
That's crazy.
That was cool.
That sounds so cool.
Crowd surfing.
This was not like that. This was awful. I literally, like, I was there on the floor and I could not, like, I was in so much pain, like, I couldn't move. I was like, I was like, I was actually worried for a split second. Like, when I hit the ground, I was like, oh my God, can I still feel my legs?
Holy shit.
Yes. Okay, back to being in pain. And then, as I was lying on the floor, everyone else around me did not care. They were still just fucking jumping up and down. And this one girl in a bikini, I don't know what the fuck she was thinking. She comes over, and I'm like lying flat on my back on the floor. She stands over me with her legs like I'm like this. She straddles me like this, and just starts dancing like that. And I'm like, what are you doing? I couldn't verbalize anything, but like, because I was in so much pain, but like, I wanted to be like, what the fuck are you doing? I'm in so much pain. Why are you dancing over me? You're just like, yeah. Oh my God. And then like, Molly and her friend like came over. The guy was actually like really like smart. He was like no one move because if you break your spine, you're like there's a chance like your spine like the cord could still be attached, but if you get moved, the movement could actually break the cord. So like if someone like hurts their back, you don't want to actually like move them.
Mm-hmm.
But like he came over to me and like I'm like yes I can still like nothing's broken. So like he like helped me walk over. And I like basically it was like on a pier or something. I walked over like the corner and I like just laid on the floor in the corner of this pier for like the next 30 minutes. And like
dude.
after that and after 30 minutes I'm like okay I can walk.
Yeah.
And like we went back to Molly's house and I took like 3 Advils and just lied on the couch. I did not like my back didn't stop hurting until the next day. And it was still like that's when it stopped hurting. It was still like really sore.
That's intense.
Oh my god.
I remember at Music Midtown, I think so. Some music festival I was at. Or like some concert I was at with you. It was outdoors, so it's probably Music
Midtown.
Yeah.
I was there.
But like there was this girl crowd surfing and she got dropped too. And I just straight up caught her. And then
you fucking caught her! You were like this! Go, continue.
I just like caught her and like this girl just like fell into my arms and she's like straight up getting dropped and like I caught her. And she was just like, pull me back up, like pull me back up. And I'm like, what? Like you just got dropped, like and she's like, pull me back up. And I was like, okay. So I just kinda like passed her along, but she like almost fell like you did. Yeah.
Like that has made me I never want to crowd surf ever again.
Apparently people also like take off crowd surfers' shoes all the time and like throw them around and shit.
That's so weird.
Do you think like famous musicians when they crowd surf, there's like a risk of them being like some
kills or like something?
Some crazy fan, right? Like what if they're like that's weird.
Like some musicians, like some like frontmen of bands like crowd surf all the time. Like 21 Pilots like love going into the crowd, like both members.
Well, they crowd surf the whole drum kit, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was so fucking cool at 21 Pilots. Like they put like the platforms out for like the audience to hold up these big platforms.
Yeah.
And like the guitarist put his entire drum set on top of these platforms and was just drumming there.
Yeah.
And it was so cool.
It was awesome. And like other like band members too, like just like stage dive and like crowd surf, but it is insane. Like they get like trampled or like anything like can go wrong in a crowd, and like even more so because you're like a famous person.
Yeah, someone's like that. If there's another person like that guy that killed John Lennon who's just totally nuts. It's not hard to get into a concert and just have a pocket knife on you. It's not like they check you.
Yeah,
you can just have a pocket knife. Hey, he's crowd surfing. Yeah. Shoot! No one fucking do that.
What if you like crowd surf after like a Skylar gig? There's like our parents like carrying. Oh, Julian!
They drop me.
One of them shakes you.
You guys, I want you guys to like have like a reunion concert this summer.
Yeah.
Hey, it could. Is Gadgel gonna be around?
I don't know if Gadgel is down.
Why wouldn't he? Has he not played?
I don't know. He doesn't seem very down.
He doesn't seem down. Like he's like very into the idea of like letting. I don't know if this is the right expression, but like letting sleeping dogs lie. Like if
preserving Zeppelin's integrity, like preserving Sky.
Like pretty much.
I don't want to be a walking jukebox. I just
like I'm sick of singing Flower Song and Maybe What Hurts every damn night.
We haven't played them in a while, but when we were playing a lot, Flower Song's getting my nerves.
Yeah, I hate. Yeah, me too.
Honestly, like I don't even know if I would play it right now. Yeah. Maybe What Hurts is like.
This point, like think about it, like you guys played that song, like for like half a year almost.
We played a lot. We would go over to Alex's garage and like we'd always to start off everything like our good warm ups were like Flower Song and Maybe What Hurts, since we know that
like think about like how the fucking bands that have been together for decades.
It's horrible.
Oh,
I know like the Chili Peppers really well, and you know they just have so many hits.
Yeah,
like they have to do Under the Bridge every night. They have to do Can't Stop every night. They have to do Other Side every night. Californication every night. Just like
that must be so sick.
God, like it sucks. How can you possibly like sing that song passionately
like
It just becomes so like not like monotone, you know, like or like bland, you know.
Robert Plant hated Stairway to Heaven.
I'm sure
At the end of it, and I understand. Like, it's that monumental piece every night.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, that's just like
Nirvana hates Smells Like Teen Spirit. Yeah.
it's funny. Like Nirvana was like I mean, I don't know them super well, but like they like stood for like anti-establishment, they were like a very counterculture band.
Yeah.
But then they became mainstream. Like,
Yeah.
what?
It's like,
How do you reconcile
that
that?
must have been so frustrating. The other thing is, like, a lot of people like to hate the band members. Like, oh, they went so mainstream. It's like fans make people make mainstream. It's not like band member. I mean, I'm sure some bands want to become mainstream. That's good for publicity and stuff. But like, bands don't aim to do that. Especially a band like, again, I don't know Nirvana that much, but it seems like they were probably, especially Kurt, he's probably kind of annoyed, honestly.
yeah.
Probably didn't want that reputation. I don't know. Yeah, playing the same songs all the time.
Like, it's something that, like, I've been...
It's crazy,
Oh, sorry.
and it was just like Skylar just did it like half a year, and it's not like we did it every night. You know, we
Yeah,
did
we
it every
played like
couple weekends.
5 times live.
A lot. No, a lot.
Like, for an audience,
but
yeah.
like Alex Garage, even like it was just like it wasn't even every weekend, you know, and that was already getting sickening. So imagine like
It's their full-time job.
that's their full-time job. But
It's like, it's something that I've been thinking about lately. It's like should your passion be your career? And like, if your passion is your career, is like that,
I think
the good and bad to it.
very
you know?
few people, and again, a shameless Grateful Dead plug. Very few people can do that, and Grateful Dead did it. So they lived and breathed music. Everything they did was music. But their setup was the right way to do it. They didn't play every song every night. You know, you can go and you could have a night where the band just wasn't feeling their hits. You know, and like they were like, oh, we haven't played like this really obscure random song from like our third album in a long time. Let's do that. You know, like, so if bands
That's what, like, you create that expectation.
yeah, exactly. And so if you knowingly go, because now, I mean, again, if I go to Chili Peppers concert, like, I'm not a huge fan. If I go, I want to hear Under the Bridge, because like the one time I'm going to go.
Exactly.
So, you know, there's like that expectation on the band. But if you're a true fan and like if you really did care about the band, I guess you would like be okay with them not doing it. But again, like, let's say Zeppelin miraculously, Robert Plant decided to get back together.
You're going to want to hear Stairway.
I want to hear Stairway.
Yeah.
You know, like, and I hate to say that, but like, because I really respect what they do and everything, but at the same time, like, I want to hear Stairway. You know, like, I want to say like I've been in the presence of them as they were playing those notes. Like
exactly what you said. Like, that's like
that's the issue.
That's the big argument. Like, should bands cater to the fans or to like their passions, like about music and stuff? Like, what songs do they like personally? You know, so like exactly what you just said. Like, I would be totally fine going to a Chili Peppers concert where they did not play like any of their hits and just played like more obscure stuff. Like, no, I would not be. I would relish that. Like, that'd be amazing.
Yeah.
And like same thing with like Strokes. Like, I've never seen them live, but I know their discography, like, and their music so well already that, like, okay, well, this is not true. Like, I definitely want to hear them play Reptilia.
That's my
but,
point,
like,
you know.
but like, you know,
like, if you've seen the band a few times, like you have with Chili Peppers,
Yeah.
like you'd be more okay with them like
Right.
doing whatever, you know.
but like, it's just like so important. Like, I just like have like this image of like a poor boy that like worked like extra shifts to like buy his like ticket to see this band, and like gets there and like they don't even play like his favorite song, which is like their hit. But
No,
that's just the way it is. Yeah.
Part of me thinks like you gotta.
Like, what's the role of a band? You know?
I think
Whoa.
it's very much like
That's deep.
I think artists should create for themselves, because I think that's the only way you're gonna get like the best stuff. I think, and I think that's like it may sound weird, but like if an artist is creating for themselves and creating stuff that they love and creating stuff that they want to hear or that they want to see or whatever, then you're gonna get their most passionate stuff, and they're like the stuff that they're gonna work hardest for, and
And also, the people who show up to see their art.
are gonna be.
It's gonna be gradually reducing, you know, like the outliers that liked the one thing.
Yeah.
It's gonna be the people that like the artist.
Like, I think it might lead. It will probably lead to like them being less monetarily successful. But like, I think for the people that love them, you'll get a much more cohesive fan base, and your the people that love you are gonna love you because they love what you love as an artist.
Yeah.
Because you're making what you love.
Like, there's an interview that I read with Julian Casablancas, the frontman of the Strokes, and he says that he doesn't feel anything when he sings like their hits, like from their earlier albums, like Last Night and Reptilia and Hard to Explain. Like, those are all like beloved songs, and like by far like their most popular material is from their like first album. Like, think about it, like that came out like what, 14 years ago. Like, he's like over those songs. Like, he's not the same person. Like, he probably doesn't even like associate that much with those lyrics that he wrote. So like it hurt me as a fan, like, to hear him say like, I don't feel anything emotionally like when I sing Last Night. You know, so I'd almost like, I feel like exactly what you said, like I would have a better experience as a fan seeing a band play live the songs that they currently feel passionate about.
The songs that can make them tear up is the songs that you want
to
hear.
Like,
because then you'll just you'll get that much, like, the performance will be that much greater because they'll really be
like, if
invested in
if
it.
I hear like a passionate, if they play like You're So Right, like passionately, which is like a song like most casual Strokes listeners don't know, and they play like Reptilia, like minimal effort, like let's just get through this song, like I'd rather hear You're So Right, you know.
One thing I read, I don't know if it's true, but I read it on the internet. I hope it's true. But I really like the band The Smiths, and they have this one song. It's like probably the saddest song I've ever heard. It's called Asleep, and it's about this guy. Like,
was that on Perks of Being
Yes, it was in Perks of Being a Wallflower, and it's basically about, I think the lead singer wrote it, and it's about him contemplating suicide. And he, like, from what I read, was he only played it live once, and after the band finished playing the song, he was crying.
Wow,
that's.
I think to have been able to witness that would have been
once
in a lifetime experience. Literally.
Like, I mean, that's the whole thing about like playing in a band. You know, a lot of it is like you play with your bandmates or whatever, and it's a good time. What separates like a band that plays in a garage and a band that goes out to play? I mean, other than like, you know, it's fun to go out and play and like showcase your stuff. Also, if you're getting to the point where you're like comfortable enough playing live, where, you know, you're not, it's just like a normal thing to you. You're sharing. You know, if he listens to, like, the lead singer of the Smiths, if he, like, listens to the song on his own at the time that he wrote it, and it makes him cry, you know, that's, like, an experience that he has with, like, what he wrote. But if he's, like, at a concert, he's sharing those tears with, you know, he's sharing it with an audience that is there to hear him. And I think that's, like...
It's like an amazing experience.
Yeah, there's, like, synergy and, like, this... That's so cool. Or, like, there are videos of like Cat Stevens before he became Yusuf Islam. But Cat Stevens in the 70s, you see him like, and again, like I like Cat Stevens like as much as any other guy, but like I'm not a huge fan or anything. But you see this video of him doing Father and Son.
That song's beautiful.
Well, that song in and of itself is already just beautiful. He sings the low part, and that's the Father, and then he sings like an octave higher, and that's the Son's response. It's a call response kind of song. And like, this is one I have no idea what it is, but at some point when he was big, and he's, you know, he's just like getting so like into it, and like being there, and like emotions with humans especially. It's like when you yawn and someone else yawns. Emotions are so like, you know, transmitted, and like it's like a disease almost. Like it's to see like the emotion that like that a band, like someone in a band has as they're performing, like this auditory experience for you must be like I don't know, just like heart wrenching. That's why that's why the big stadiums don't.
Yeah, like I don't care for it. Like you don't get that emotional.
Yeah, like I had such a good time at the Chili Peppers concert because we were all we were all just like singing along with all the songs and like just jumping up and down like freaking morons. It was just it was so much.
It's
fun.
more about the energy. It's less like it's less of an emotional experience.
Yeah, and like we were far back enough that like if it. It's like
we were
totally
so far back.
throwing shit.
We were like nosebleed.
No, but like we were far back enough that in theory. Maybe it wasn't Anthony Kiedis on set. Obviously it's like the band. But my point is that you could have had a music box there, like just playing some music, and we would have still been like, if it was the same volume and everything, just like really getting into it. It wasn't about the band. It was about like the people with you and stuff. But then when we saw Band of Skulls, that was extra emotional. Like that day, I heard Ali didn't like me.
Shit.
Yeah, that was the day. Like, and then we slept over your house. But that was the day I heard that Ali was not interested. We're dating now.
His girlfriend.
It worked out.
It worked out. Just third time's a charm. When it comes to girls, if at first you don't succeed, don't be a stalker. So like,
good point.
But it's like, and so I was already in that state of mind. Like I'd heard it as we were waiting for the band to come on, when the first band was on, and like, oh, I remember you hugged me.
Did you fucking text or something?
Alec told me about it, because I was texting Alec. You hugged me, and then the guy there, there's a guy behind us, that was beautiful.
Because I had never heard this story.
Yeah, I was just really down, and then so I told Julian what the news was because I guess he saw I was feeling, I was just being weird, and then so Julian gave me a hug, and then there's a guy behind us with some girl, and he was just that was the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. It's thank you, I guess. But anyway, so already with that emotional mindset, the reason I have such good memories of Band of Skulls is because it was so small, coming in with those raw emotions. That was the first time I heard them. I hadn't even heard I didn't even know what genre they were. You guys dragged me in this thing, but then just to hear their stuff, it was just just closing your eyes and just taking it in, translating what I was feeling into the way that they were playing, and to see them moving around, and that was a whole different feel than the Chili Peppers concert. And I can't say I like this one more than I like that one.
They're just totally different.
Yeah, and then I saw Eagles with Gadiel, and that was a good time. That was to be one-on-one with Gadiel, because we didn't do that too much, but that was one-on-one with Gadiel, just being with him, and then also fucking Eagles. I mean, I love the Eagles, and Gadiel loved the Eagles, so that was a good time. And those three experiences are just one, again, the Chili Peppers one was about how much fun we were having as a group, just fucking around. Mm-hmm. The other one was just this emotional thing, and then the other one was bonding with Gadiel and seeing this band I always wanted to see. The Eagles are they're not like the Stones. They are a walking jukebox, but damn, they can
still
every note. They're so good. But yeah, I don't know. Every concert, it's not always about the band that you're seeing. It's not always about the songs they play, but it's about the people you're with, the emotions that you come into it with, and how small or big it is. It really changes.
Yeah. Well, I think we can call it there. Let us know what you think about music and concerts and stuff in the
Don't forget to comment, and subscribe to Games with Friends.
I've always wanted to do this. You can click it on the buttons below. Are they still on the side, on the bottom?
Yeah, they're still on the bottom.
It's is it on this side? Is it on this side?
The like button is going to be somewhere over here.
I'm watching the video.
Somewhere down there.
Yeah, the like button's over there.
Yeah. But yeah, subscribe to Games with Friends. You can find me on Twitter at TotallyKyle95. And go check out my blog, gameswithfriendswrites.wordpress.com, for lots of stuff from E3 and a whole bunch of writings on games and other kind of stuff that I find interesting. And like our Facebook page, facebook.com/gameswithfriendsvids.
We're the friends, and this was the game.
See you around, friends!